Welcome back to Tip TV. My name's Charlie Burton. In part one, I was talking to Viet Dang about his systematic trading, and we were talking about the slow system that he's using. We're also now going to talk about the faster intraday system that he's using. Viet, let's continue this discussion about your systematic trading. So let's park the slower, system trading that you do for the family house. Talk to me about your intraday system.
I have been working on, and it is currently trading, a system that trades 3 days a week, only for London sessions.
Mm-hmm.
It trades 12 currency pairs. So in any 1 week, I can have a maximum of 36 trades.
Right, okay. And so 3 days a week, why is that? Is there a specific reason around that?
Friday, usually you get irregular movement for the system that that I have, and Monday I find that volatility is too low to bring in a good result. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday came out to be the 3 most active days.
This is great. Now, this is the system that I'm going to be trading against next February in this live trading competition that I'm going to be trading against. And now the day of the week that I'm going to be trading this system on is a Friday. So I'm hoping that it's going to give me a chance here, because there's no way that I can possibly, as a manual trader, be in 12 trades or 36 trades at a time.
There's no way I can do it either.
Yeah, your system can though. So fortunately your system can't talk back to me when I do that trade-off. But okay, so it can be in up to 12 trades at a time, at any one individual time. But I assume that you have to manage the risk, because if it can all of a sudden get into 12 positions, you don't really want to be risking 1% per trade and being in 12 trades, do you?
That's right. At the moment, I'm only using 0.5% risk.
Yeah.
And I also watch the exposure as well. So I have an exposure set for every currency, and I don't want to overstep that limit.
Right, okay. So that's working, it's doing quite well for you. So that's trading on your own money. You're making money for the firm, which you're getting a split of. But like you say, it's not a prop firm. You talked to me, and we had a coffee before coming in, and you wanted to talk about prop firms in general, or some of these prop firms and these educators and the likes. What were your thoughts on that?
I wanted to say that if you're a new trader and you're accumulating your own track record, you're at a stage where I was last year, you're looking to trade for a fund, you just have to be very cautious and do your due diligence, because there are a lot of firms out there that claims to be a prop firm, but they require you to pay to learn a certain course with them, and they also charge you a monthly fee if you do come in and sit in their office, use their brokerage system. For the firm that I trade with, they did not ask me to pay a single cent, and actually I've just been paid my yearly fee for the first year. So I know that what they're offering for me is a legitimate deal.
Because you talked to me about a lot of the social trading that's going on out there now, and lots of people posting all sorts of trades and the likes, in order to get people to follow them, I guess.
That's right. With social trading, it is very easy to come across as a trader. You post a chart, you learn technical analysis, and you have people following you. What I find discouraging for myself is that there are a lot of people out there who claims to be good traders, and they are very convincing at what they do. They know the right terminology, they can use the correct vocabulary, they know technical analysis a lot better than I do.
Me too.
But what I want to say is that the skills of analysis and the skills of trading are completely different. You can be a very good analyst, but when it comes to putting what I can say skin in the game, if you don't have the psychology, if you're not disciplined, then that is where you can fall apart. And social trading tends to focus more on the fact that you have fancy patterns on the chart, lots of colors, this is going to do this, people making prediction, but they don't hold themselves accountable over a long period of time.
No. Okay, and it's the same sort of thing. I mean, we talked about, when I did that 10,000 to 100,000 challenge, and that's why I did that, so that people could see all of my results, all the winners and all the losers, over a sustained period of time, over 2 years. It ended up being 2 years, 10 months, so that they could see all that sort of thing. There's not enough people willing to put their money on the line and actually show accounts, is there? They'll show the odd trade here and there, or a wonderful chart or whatever. There's not enough transparency there, is there?
No, not at all. And it's very frustrating because I have to compete against these people for the same opportunities. You know, these are the same people that are applying to prop firm, to private firms, and they may come across as being more experienced and more profitable, but it could be in reality is that they cannot trade. But I have to compete with them. So what I came up with was the fact that I had my first year trading results audited. So this is the service I have to pay. It got audited by a chartered accountant, and the accountant checked everything in my account statement and all the statistics that I produce, and it all matches up.
Yep.
So,
So you're still looking potentially for other money out there to trade for other firms' money as well. I know you're trading your own money. Incidentally, how well is the intraday system performing?
the intraday system at the moment, it's making profit, but I'm still looking to improve on the transaction cost. Because it's trading high frequency.
Right.
And I'm trading through an ECN account,
Yeah.
which means that I pay commission every time I enter a trade. I'm looking at the moment with add a small tweak in order to reduce the commission that I pay per trade. Once that is in place, then I can look to present that to the firm. But at the moment, they're not interested in smaller time frames.
Sure.
They're happy with the system that they chose.
Yeah, yeah. And so when I trade against your system next year, let's say your system takes 7, 8, 10 trades, in the time that we're trading, we'll have to take those transaction costs off of any profit that the system makes, because I need every bit of help that I can get. So we'll have to take that. It's got to be the net profit.
Of course, it's
on the day.
always going to be net profit.
It's got to be, yeah.
It's not fair.
There's no point talking gross.
That's right.
Yeah.
It has to be whatever you make after you pay for your trading costs and commission.
Fine. Okay. Good. So where do we go to from here? What's your plan now over the next year? You came on. Actually, we did the interview back in April. I think it only got aired in May. But we've got a year. The next year's ahead of you. What's your plans?
My plan, I've actually got a 20-year plan, so if
okay.
you're interested in that, the first 5 years is where I dedicate myself to build a good foundation.
Yep.
So that's where I make all the mistakes, I iron out all the mistakes, improve myself as a trader. The next 5 year comes the accumulation phase, where I accumulate as much money as possible through prop trading, private trading, and also through my businesses that I run.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the second 10 years, the last 10 years, that is where I go full steam ahead. I may sell all of my businesses and just concentrate purely on trading my big account.
Right, okay. Well, it sounds like you've got a whole plan ahead. There's nothing more, everything is planned out, you know exactly what you're going to be doing.
Isn't that what it means to be a trader? You have to have a plan and you've got to stick with it.
Yeah, but a lot of traders don't have a 20-year plan.
I like to plan far ahead, Charlie.
Okay. Is there anything else at this stage in the interview you want to talk about, or anything else you want, any parting pearls of wisdom? I know, like we talked about before, that you haven't been trading that long, relatively speaking, just 2 or 3 years, but you've accumulated a lot of knowledge and you're already consistently profitable. Is there anything you'd want to part at this stage?
Well, I don't think I'm in any position to give out any advice. Simply, 3 years of trading, I still know nothing, basically. But what I can share with the audience is what has helped me. When I first started out in my first 12 months, I set a goal that is a little bit different than what a typical trader would do. I set our goal to make as many mistakes as possible and also to learn from the mistakes as others. Because I know that at the beginning of journey, when I trade a small account, mistakes will happen and they are cheaper than if they were to happen later on the track. And I also learn from the mistakes of others. You may know this, Charlie. People charge money for courses, for system, but the mistakes are often free. No one ever charged you any money to learn from their mistakes. So I went around the internet from forum to forum. Some are free, some are paid. And I accumulate mistakes that other traders made. I tally everything. I note it all down. At the end of the 12 months, I've accumulated a lot of mistakes. And that became my not-to-do list. If it's on the list, don't do it, because statistically it has not worked for a lot of people.
Accumulate your mistakes. Viet Dang, thanks ever so much for coming on Tip TV. My name's Charlie Burton. Trade safely out there.